Eighth Sunday in Ordinary Time. First reading. A reading from the book of Sirach, chapter 27, verses 4 to 7. When a sieve is shaken, the refuse appears, so a person's filth in his thoughts. The kiln tests the potter's vessels. Likewise, the test of a person is in his reasoning. The fruit discloses the cultivation of a tree, so the expression of a thought discloses the cultivation of a person's mind. Do not praise a man before you hear him reason, for this is the test of people. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Second reading. A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to Corinthians, chapter 15, verses 54 to 58. Brethren, when the perishable puts on the imperishable, and the mortal puts on immortality, then shall come to pass the saying that is written, Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, who gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Gospel reading. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke, chapter 6, verses 39 to 45. At that time, Jesus told his disciples a parable. Can a blind man lead a blind man? Will they not both fall into a pit? A disciple is not above his teacher, but everyone, when he is fully trained, will be like his teacher. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, Brother, let me take out the speck that is in your eye, when you yourself do not see the log that is in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take out the speck that is in your brother's eye. For no good tree bears bad fruit, nor again does a bad tree bear good fruit, for each tree is known by its own fruit. For figs are not gathered from thorn bushes, nor are grapes picked from a bramble bush. The good person out of the good treasure of his heart produces good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure produces evil, for out of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaks. This is the word of the gospel. Thanks be to God. Reflection. Jesus wants us to be good, sound, and fruitful believers. We need to have healthy spiritual senses, able to see, hear, and speak. In Mark chapter 9, verses 17 to 25, we find a boy who had been made dumb and deaf by an evil spirit. Jesus rebuked the unclean spirit, and it left the boy. In Matthew 12:22, we find Jesus curing a demoniac who was blind and mute. In these instances, we see how the devil makes us blind, deaf, and dumb. Very often we are blind to our faults, but try to find fault with others. We need to be humble enough to accept our faults and failures and overcome them. We cannot be bad trees and produce good fruits. We need to become good trees. Only then can we produce good fruits. If there is a good treasure in the heart, it is natural for us to speak good things. We need to be internally good, and the internal goodness will be automatically reflected in our words and deeds.